you look at $24 million a year. Why is it so crazy to think that your quarterback would get $6 million more per year than that? I mean, given how important the quarterback is, and at that position, to me, I feel like and I'm putting a lot on this just because I thought it was kind of cool, man. It was, when I was sitting there, I don't hear from Geno that much. He was probably 15, 20 feet away from me, and he's got up there and he got emotional about what this team means to him and what, how much they did for him and what he did for them and all that. I feel like he is going to be willing to take maybe just a little bit less, and the team's going to be willing to pay just a little bit more, that they're going to find some way that they both feel like it's square.
Yeah,
but does that make sense, though? I mean, $6 million more than DK.
Well, it does, but I think it goes back to what we talked about yesterday, whereas DK had 2 years behind him, or 3 years behind him, where he was very productive, hadn't missed a moment. He's this young star on the rise. The best years are in front of him, so you're sort of investing in who he is now, but more importantly, who he's going to be.
Right.
Geno's got a resume that the previous, every season previous to this, tell a completely different story than this one. So you're going, all right, which weighs more here? So I think there's healthy skepticism about it. I don't think it's a disservice to him or just disrespect by any stretch. I think it's going, wow, nobody expected that. Is that real? Is that really who he is? Moving, if we pay him like he's that guy for the next 3 years, is he gonna be that guy, or does the league figure him out? We talked about the end of the season. The numbers started coming down a little more in the way of turnovers, and you talked about teams. They start to find the holes. They start to find the tendencies, sort of like pitchers and hitters. You find the hole in the swing, or this guy doesn't hit up and in well, or he does whatever. So maybe they were seeing some regression there that gives them pause, if you will. And just talking about fans or people that feel like, oh, he's not worth it, I wouldn't pay him that much. I kind of understand it. I don't take it as a slight. I take it as, dude, we've been talking about this guy, if you're a football fan, for 9 years in this league as one version. We saw something completely different this one season.
Yeah, I think that's entirely people's barrier. So, because we kind of posed the question yesterday, it's like, is it that? Is it? And I guess to me, it's the same thing. It's like, why did it take so long? So if you're that talented that you can take a team to the Super Bowl, and there's 32 teams, and you're that good, what was the deal? What was the deal the first 9 years? I guess to me, I guess I don't look at it like I feel like this is who he is now, but you also bring up the point that the first 10 games he had 4 interceptions, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last 5 or 6 he had 6. So, certainly that's not a great trend. And I'm not sure if that, if you go look at, I think Brady had some at the end. If you look at some of the quarterbacks into the year, maybe that increases a little bit. But still, you go back and it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, well, that was just one game. Let's see after 4 games. Okay, we saw after 4 games. Okay, let's see half a year. All right, we saw after half a year. What about this, that? And how many? And now it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's tough, right? Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks get graded tough. And, it's like it's never going to be enough. Like a lot of people might go, well, let's see him do it 2 years in a row. Or let's see him do it 3 years in a row. Or let's see him win, take his team to the Super Bowl. It's a high standard, that's for sure. But I don't know, man. Everything looked pretty good to me. And I don't know. I feel like they're going to be able to find something that's comfortable for both of them.
Well, KJ was commenting on the number. It seems like the basic number people are throwing out there is $30 million. Now, it could be less, could be more. We'll find out. But that just seems to be the common number. All right, $30 million. Would you pay $30 million a year for him? And that's somewhere around where the franchise tag is, a little bit lower. KJ on why $30 million a year is, in his mind, too much for Geno.
We're not even going to entertain that. We're not going to entertain that. I believe that with what Geno has put together, with what Geno has said, Geno wants to be here. With the Seahawks roster now, that number got to be, I'm not trying to count the man's pocket. Let's get this very clear. People tell me, don't count the man's pocket. There are a lot of pieces that need to be filled. Granted, they won 9 games, got into the playoffs, but that is not the standard. So if we can meet at a happy medium, a number that makes sense for both of us.
And you think that number's around 20?
Yep.
Now, I think they could do 20 with incentives that say, hey, You play like you did last year, we both win. I mean, we literally win games. You reach these incentives like he did this year. His base was 3.5. He ends up making 7 because he achieved the other incentives that doubled his salary. So maybe they sign him at 20, 23, or somewhere in there, but say, hey, Pro Bowl, playoffs, Super Bowl, completion percent, whatever they want to do in the way of incentives, and you can make up to 30 or something like that.